Now, amid the tensions between India and Pakistan after the Pahalgam terror attack, outrage has now poured over Pakistani diplomats' shameless gesture to the crowd that was protesting outside the Pakistani High Commission. This shameful gesture, which is a threat in itself that the Pakistani diplomat can be seen showing those people who are protesting outside the High Commission in London, is of course now a matter of concern. This of course comes amid the army's provocation along the border as well. My colleague Radhika Iyer joins us from London. Radhika, take us to the latest. We do know that Indians have been protesting outside the Pakistan High Commission in London, and we're seeing that the envoy there has made some quite objectionable gestures towards them.
I was covering the protests on Friday in the afternoon when a contingent from the Indian diaspora community members attended this protest, which was peaceful. It was meant to be silent, but there was sloganeering. And this happened just outside the Pakistan High Commission on Friday evening in central London. But just before the Indian side reached the Pakistan High Commission, we could see that the Pakistan High Commission and the building had presence of Pakistani diaspora members who were already there in large numbers with music, mainly perhaps with an intention to try and keep the voices down from the Indian side. But it was very evident that there was the Pakistan side and there was the Indian side having demonstrations. And then subsequently what happened was when the Indian protesters and diaspora members who were condemning the Pahalgam attack began to raise sloganeering against terror, we saw this member who clearly seems like a Pakistan official because he had access to the balcony of the Pakistan High Commission. Not possible for any diaspora member to be on top of the balcony. It has to be an official. And this member, who appears to be from images, Colonel Taimur Rahas, who is known to be the Pakistan Army and Air Advisor at the Pakistan High Commission, began gesturing at members of the Indian diaspora. As you can see on the video, the gesture is objectionable, against human rights, very, very provocative. And he's also being seen holding a poster of an image which looks like Captain Abhinandan of the Indian Army, or of the Indian Armed Forces, who, as we know, had history of being dropped at Pakistan and was later then sent back to India. Given these images, given the tension, given the sentiment, and given the grief that the Indian diaspora was displaying yesterday after the Pahalgam attack, after the death of 26 innocent Indians and tourists who were killed in the terror attack, it was seen as if this gesture was highly insensitive, provocative, almost a violation of human rights, and it just left the entire evening in really poor, bad taste. A lot of people in the diaspora felt more angry than they already were, extremely disappointed, and just left the evening feeling almost helpless at a gesture such as that. But the anger continues, and this video now is going viral on social media and mainly among the Indian diaspora members. We don't have a word yet from the Pakistan side as to who it was and whether there would be an apology for such as this, but this is an event that is unfolding quite sadly from just the protests that happened on Friday afternoon, which NDTV was covering.